Well, hello everyone and welcome back to FTRL for the final round of Formula Performance, Season 6 of Formula Performance, and we've got a title decider tonight, so I'll just run you through quickly who we've got in the fight for the title. It is Scuba, Tom Duval, Westgart, and I think Kieran Trapp has an extremely outside chance. We've got 4 guys that have still possibility of in for the championship, and once again I'm joined by the Belgian Romelson. Good evening, Rom.
Good evening, buddy.
Yeah, so we have a title decider, and we're at Hungary, at the Hungaroring. So it's a very tight and twisty circuit to end with. So how do you see it panning out? Are we going for Scuba?
Well, I don't know how fast he is around here, but yeah. If we compare it to all the other tracks, he must be very fast. So I think he got this in the bag.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say it's unlikely anyone else will be able to. Scuba's been extremely consistent. I think he's only missed 1 week, and that was because he fell asleep. So yeah, he's definitely I think the favourite for the season. But Hungary has been the scene of definitely some of the very best races in FTRL over the years, particularly performance events. Had a couple of crackers around here. I think it's the nature of the track. It's difficult to overtake around here, so you do get a lot of really good moves and a possibility to switch backs into turn 1. So could hopefully be in for a bit of a good race this week.
Yeah, it seems always to be in a track where people stay close. As I said, it's a difficult one to overtake, and it's just when you're faster than the guy in front of you. There aren't really much spaces other than the first straight to get past, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we do have 2 Williams tonight again, so Scuba actually wanted to be in the Williams, believe it or not. For anyone that he actually wanted to be in the Williams, he was actually initially put in the Alpha, but he actually wanted, because he's been in the Williams all season, so he's actually gone back in the Alpha, the Williams, sorry. Also, we've got Calspar, who raced last week. We know Captain Josh, he's very quick. He had a bit of time out last week. Didn't qualify particularly well. He had an absolute storming stints on his, I think he was on the medium tyres to start with, and he was running really quick, and he got past Scuba, and he's definitely one to watch with him. He's got really good pace. But because there's a lot of quick guys in, we've got Sway in this evening, Graham's back, we've got Corboy in, we've got a lot of quick guys. So it's going to be very interesting how the pecking order works here, because there is so many quick guys.
Well, by the looks of it, Max is feeling confident saying he's winning this tonight.
Yeah, I'm on board with him at the moment. Decent lap so far. Obviously, we have got, it's one of those tracks you can validate quite easily.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got turn 4, which is a really uphill left-hander, really fast left-hander, which you can cut on the inside or go through wide on the outside. Open validates. You've got that little tight chicane, which you can ride the second curb quite aggressively, but Max didn't do that when he came towards it. Been very clean so far from Max. And the last corner was quite a tricky one as well. If you're behind someone, you get a good run, but obviously downforce is hindered behind our car, so it's quite a tricky corner behind someone. He goes a tenth quicker than Tom Duval, so quite close between them. Kieran's on the mediums, so take that time with a bit of pinch of salt at the moment. As I've tried, you sometimes can get a little bit of variation with tyres, sometimes. Mattman very close to his teammate, so initially it looks like people are pretty close to each other, which is a very good sign. Hopefully, I think last week there was a bit of a I don't know if it was the nature of the track, but the guys that were in the slower cars really struggled last week. I think a lot of them were in a little bit faster car, excluding Scuba, which is consistent anyway, but hopefully that kind of resolves it this week. It's quite difficult performance when you've got so many quick drivers to try and match them all up.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be like last week's races for the normal divisions. It's going to be a thing about penalties.
Yeah,
how much you can avoid getting those.
Penalties are a big problem here, and can decide races quite easily. Sway's in for this evening. He races in Div 1. Let's make sure people are familiar with. So he is reserving for the Zeros and popped in for a race, the final race. It's looking like it's going to be the final race performance for a while. So nice to see as 17 tonight for Hungary. A couple of weeks where it's been a little bit lower, but we're back up to 17. We've got Graham as well this evening, who's down in the Renault. Now, he was in the Red Bull last week. He was late, so it was after all the announcements were well done. So we popped him in the Red Bull and he got a little chance to win a race. He's been flying between mid-table and Div 1, so he got a chance to show his pace in the Red Bull last week, but obviously he plenty of notice this time, so he's definitely not. I said to him, he's not going in the Red Bull, so he's given the Renault this week. So we'll see how he gets on.
Well, so far. Best of laps, spite of the pace of the Williams, but he has still a lot of time to make that up. So hope he does.
Well, I'm just seeing Corboy's invalidated his lap. Hopefully my mic's a little bit better now. Hopefully, so someone say I'm a bit low, so that's a bit better. Corboy has invalidated, so he's screwed up his lap a little bit. He said it had a pit stop, so he's going to his lap over. And who hasn't done a lap? Graham is on an out lap. So actually, is he on an out lap at the moment, or is he? Sometimes the timing is a bit of a delay. I think he is actually definitely on an out lap. Calspart hasn't set a lap time. There's Lee. Lee's in Merck tonight, so hopefully we'll have a better showing from Lee. Struggled a little bit in Div 2 this season. Wesker's just about to start a lap, so time to go on board with Wesker. And Casey Bernard's had a bit of a shocker as well. It's happened to him in his lap, but that's miles away. Then a turn 1 for Wesker. Decent first corner, using a bit of his ERS, heading into turn 2. Downhill, left-hander, and then switches to a right-hander. Goes all the way down and then reach the bottom, and then you start going uphill towards this really, really tricky, fast left-hander.
So difficult. Yeah, it's so easy to lose car out there.
And then that curve as well on the inside of the next right-hander's even worse. Is he going to use a bit of the curve? He does use a bit on the inside. So now it's the twisty S's section, trickiest part of the circuit. And to get your car, if you get your car a little bit out of shape here, it's very difficult to get it back. And he's just tiniest amount over.
Wasn't much.
It's very, very tricky though, that bit.
In overall, it's a very difficult track to drive. It's very technical.
It's one of my favourites actually. A lot of people don't like it. It really is. I love it. I absolutely love Hungary. It's my first ever race in FTRL was Hungary, and I got a podium. I absolutely love it here.
I don't know. I don't think I ever finished a race on this track.
I don't think I've ever retired here, which is one of those rare tracks which is, everyone really struggles at, but I think you get a groove around it. I really do enjoy it around here, which for a lot of people sounds very alien because most people don't like it. I remember one of the people that's the biggest haters of it is Sai. Blue Flag, he absolutely despises this place, so he really doesn't like it. It's quite a few people that have quite a strong vendetta against this place, to be honest.
Last race it was going well until I think the last 5 laps it was. Then I crashed, and before that I was thinking, oh yes, finally my luck has turned on this track. But then lap 25 came or something. And the car said, nope.
Graham up in P5, so he's still up and one to watch. Calspar's on a lap now. As I think it's the best.
Finish this lap as well.
I mean, he's provisional pole at the moment. Oh, he does. But a big amount as well there. So it's a marker down. Max is someone who, well, I think we mentioned last week, has decent pace at times, but inconsistent in the race. He does seem to make a few mistakes, which stops him from really utilising his pace, I think.
I've been talking to him last week about the race. I said to him, he got so much better compared to the first races I've raced with him. He has so much grown pace-wise, and also,
Yeah, definitely.
believe it or not, consistency-wise, because it was worse at the beginning. But yeah, it's just those little mistakes that he needs to get rid of.
I think it's one of those things when you start F1, it just takes a while to get really. Oh my god! What a
Gospel.
Jesus! Wow. I mean, we did say, I know he had pace. Like, I 100% knew he had the kind of pace to put that lap out. But Williams around Hungary, boy, that pace. Jesus.
That's great.
Carlsberg, do you fancy a little run in Div 1? Do you fancy applying for next season?
Oh,
Jesus. He'd give a fight to Scoop on Dutch, wouldn't he? Jesus.
Yeah,
Go on,
I might be half quicker than his
Carlsberg, I might be having a chat with you after the race. Dutch, be warned.
Give me some tips, mate. Give me some tips.
Well, that man also up into P2, so time's quite close up towards the top there. Red Bull's doing very nicely at the moment. Red Bull should be a decent car around here.
Yeah, it's a stable car, so it's a very good one.
It's one of those tracks that might not be too much of a difference between that and the Merc in terms of outright pace.
No, exactly.
It's one of those tracks that you always hear about, like Red Bull saying it's their chance to win, kind of alongside Singapore. Kind of one of those tracks that Red Bull always thinks they can give Mercedes a run out at. Definitely, it's one that probably I think they might have won it more times than Mercedes over the last 10 or so years. They've been pretty good around here. Well, sort of Merc, in fairness, actually. Last year I think they won it. So.
Oh, and Westkes did disqualify his laps again.
Oh dear. Casey Bernard, his first lap was terrible. His second lap was pretty decent. Is he back on the mediums? He is indeed. So it would. I've seen still a couple of people doing a bit different. I'm not sure if he's going to have. I'm sure he will have just about enough time to go back on the softs if he plans on it. His fast lap is on the softs at the moment, but he is on the mediums and trying to improve. He always feels that lap on the softs wasn't great. No, I thought he got a better shape, but he got a little bit wide in the L, dearie me. Got a bit wide on the entry, and that's what I said. If you get out of shape with the first part, you're trying to correct it in the next corner, and it's just like a concertina effect around it.
It's just a section where you have to get everything right.
Yeah, Link's also invalidated. Tom Duval heads into the pits now. So, I think everyone is in the pits other than the two Mercs who are coming out for what I imagine is probably going to be their last run. But a clean track for them. Hopefully putting out a decent showing tonight. Oh, go away, Lennon. Lennon, you...
This is it.
He's do you know why he's so annoyed? Because he wanted the Merc and we said no. So, Lennon, if you keep doing that, the next time we do performance and I'm doing allocations, you're in the Williams all season. So, just a warning for you. You'll be in the Williams all season, alongside Scuba next time. We do performance, whenever that is. So, behave yourself, Lennon. Right,
well, he started his lap.
Is he going to invalidate it? Is the question. Lee will back me to the hilt, Lennon. You are on the Williams next season if you don't behave yourself. Right. Lee call up towards the end of sector 1. Is he going to invalidate this corner? He does not. No. Nicely took.
Takes it nicely.
This looks... Is Lee on his wheel or something? This looks too smooth for Lee. Oh, that's a bit much. That's too much curb, and he's invalidated. That's far too much curb. Right, we did see he took a back here, but he bunny hopped.
Yeah, that's the thing. With that bump, it's a tricky one to take because it can really throw you off. So it's kind of a risk you take, but you can gain a lot of time with it.
Calculated risk. Do you want to risk getting involved? I think it's one of those ones. If you've got a good lap in already,
yeah, exactly.
Really throw it into it, because sometimes it does stick, but then other times, as you can see, you can just take a little bit too much of it. Max is on another lap, and I got to admit, he does look like he's got that car planted on all the right bits of the track at the moment.
Yeah, well, he sent me a message, I'm gonna win this.
Yeah, I saw that on the chat, so I'm hopeful if he does, I'll be mightily happy for him, because I think it's been coming for him to get a really good result. I think it's kind of similar to what we said about Oscar. Oscar was waiting for a good result for a while.
Yeah.
It just wasn't happening. He's slightly down on his time for the first two sectors, but he may be able to pull it back in the third sector. He is one of the early ones to do his final run. People are still on their outlaps. Got a few people still in the pits and get a bit of a move on, mind you. Max comes towards the line and he's not. So I think that lap that he has done is basically his best that he can get. Because that lap looked pretty good as well, so
Yeah,
I think he's probably took the max out of his pace in that car there. Calspart, I'm really interested to see if he can get improving his time, because that is a pretty impressive time, isn't it? And that's car. Well, a couple of people still in the mediums, so are they going to come out in the softs? Still, a lot of people are not out of the pit, so it doesn't look like any of them are in a hurry to come out. Corboy has literally just got out, and so is Kieran. Now that is very late.
Yeah.
They're not going to make it round, I don't think.
No, they're not going to make it. They have to wait for one car.
They're really
Just over.
messed this up in terms of timing here. I was thinking there was a lot of people that were still in the pits. Scuba's not come back out, so I think Scuba must think he's got the best out of that. Lennon's saying he's getting pulled in the win. We need to get a move on, mate. You're in blooming 14th place. I hate to say it, but you're not getting pulled. He has indeed. So at least he's got a lap in, Lee. Probably not the best he could have done, because obviously he'd done a few laps on those tyres, didn't he? So Calspart miles down on his, so it's getting very condensed though, isn't it, through that sector 1 and 2. There's a lot of cars Max's who've had. There's an awful lot of cars that are backing out and having to wait for people coming through, but there's not enough time for them all to get around. So there's going to be a lot of people disappointed here. It's who's coming around now. I think that's Lennon, who's just... No, he's not. Is that Lennon? He's not going to make it either, so Lennon hasn't made it, Captain Chubbs hasn't made it, Scuba's not made it, Matman's not made it, Corboy's not made it. None of them have made it. They've really messed that up.
Graham has put it in.
Yeah. Good luck for him.
Nice, man.
What's happening with Calspart? He's... yeah, Oh, I'm being told by Dan Morris that it's a timing glitch, and I might agree with him there, because it looks like they're all on a lap. Like Corboy's on a lap at the moment, so it is. There's been a timing glitch. Good spot, Dan, because they have all managed to get their laps in. So Codemasters created another glitch for us, haven't they?
Yeah. They've done it again.
One of 15,000 this game. Well, Codemasters are brilliant. Put a little thumbs up. Yeah, that brilliant. They've sold it off to... Who sold it to? Some company. Oh, Kieran, first man at the 14s.
Nicely done.
Knocks Max off. Just Corboy coming around the final corner. I have no idea what his time's going to be, as the time on the right, top right, is broke.
Chubbs takes pole from his teammate.
Lennon's on a good lap. Yeah, he does indeed. Lennon up to P3. Oh, look how tight it is. Oh my god. Calspart is up in his time as well. This is very tight, isn't it? He's up there as well. Look how tight it is. Oh my god. There's 2 temps separating 6 drivers. There's under a second separating 14 of them.
That's insane.
Blimey hell. Well, at least the car selection's what, Lee?
If the race is gonna be as close as the quali, it's gonna be interesting.
God help us. We could be busy boys here. I'm not gonna lie. We could be very busy here. We could have quite a few instances, I think, here with this. Everyone's this close. So yeah. Fifth place for the man in the Williams, which is very good. Unlucky Max. You were there all the way till the very, very end. Captain Chubbs just nicks it from Kieran right at the end. Lennon, last gas, pops himself into third. Kalsbar as well, right at the end, pops himself up to fifth. Good showing though from Max and Mattman in the Red Bulls up there with the big guys up both in sixth. Graham and another decent performance around up to P7. AGU P8. Now we've got Corboy, Scuba starts just inside the top 10. You probably would have preferred to start in P11 there. Get free tyre choice. That's Tom Duval's luxury from P11. Wexa P. Wexa? Wexa. 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 Wesker P12. Lynx P13. Casey Bernard Sway. And the two Mercedes. That's the bottom. Wexa. I'm so sorry, Wesker. That's getting them back for the dog food pictures he puts in chat sometimes. I was just getting him back for that. Dan Morris said he predicted a 14.8 for Chubbs.
No, something happened to Agent Panda.
What, did he leave?
Yeah, it said he has left the session. Hope he gets back in time.
Oh, he's got the formation lap, hasn't he? So he should.
Yeah.
If John got back in, we'll send him. Actually, am I able to send him another invite? I don't know. I think he's got plenty anyway, but.
He has got 3, so should be fine.
I'll give him another invite just in case, but I'm sure he's got them all. Right. Well, good luck predicting this race. I'll let you go first.
I'm not sure. It's so.
Put all their names in a hat and fling it out.
I might go for Casper for the win.
Ooh, the Williams man. Ooh.
Although, yeah, I'm gonna take him for the win. I'm gonna put Chops in P2, and well, why not? Let's put Max in P3. If he's that confident after tonight.
Do you know
he must be feeling confident on this track.
Oh, I'm going to go for a Captain Chubbs win. And I'm going to go for Lennon P2. And I'm going to shove Kieran P3. So I'm going to go for it to see pretty much the same level, and Kieran and Lennon are going to switch places.
If Chubbs has a good start, he has proven that he can run away very easily.
Yeah,
very fast.
That's what I think could happen here.
Once he has that gap, he can just go off and drive his own pace.
If Lennon doesn't lag out, he's got a chance. But that's a big if.
Yeah.
As we mentioned about strategy around here, no one outside the top 10 has went for softs. Now, this is a track which is usually a one-stop. Soft runners can do a one-stop here. They just need to go on hards. You'll definitely not be doing the mediums around here, I doubt. It's soft to hards. But it is an advantage to do mediums because you have less to run on the hards. Weskers went even more aggressive and went on the hards to start with. But yet, they will be doing a one-stop, I'd imagine, barring any instance front wing damage or anything like that, safety cars. But it is an advantage starting the mediums. You do get, obviously, less tyre wear. And it's not long for the soft runners. I think it's about lap 8, lap 9. Agent Panda has joined.
Certainly, I think it's lap 5 where the advantage is really starting to go off a bit.
They can get to about laps 7 to 9, I think, but yeah, you are really struggling by the end. It's quite a quick drop off round here. I think that's because how many corners, isn't there?
You're right on it, mate.
Too many.
Pit window is 7 to 9.
Well, let's see how this one pans out. We're going to get any safety cars. It's a track I'd say you're more likely than not to get a safety car. Definitely, I'd be surprised if we didn't get one here. It's one of those types of circuits where it's kind of, it's very common. But you never know, we might get a clean race. Doesn't look like there's any rain on the horizon, mind you. So that's something that can always throw up a bit of a mess in Hungary. It's hard enough in the dry, let alone in the wet. Well, let's see the title decider. All Scuba really needs to do is finish. Really, and kind of got this wrapped up. Terrible camera angle. 5 red lights for the finale at Hungary, and we're off. It's done that glitch again where it's giving us a red light.
No. We have a Lee who's running away. Or is it Agent Panda's car? Okay. Yeah, I think it's
waiting for Agent Panda, that's why it's Agent Panda's not properly joined in, I don't think. Oh, and we're off. There we go. 5 red lights in a row away. I am very, very late. Agent Panda was stopping us all from seeing what happened at turn 1 there. So it's Captain Chubbs and Kieran Lennon on the outside, and we've got 2 Red Bulls that had to tap. I think Scuba went wide on the outside, but it looks like it's Captain Chubbs is on the inside. Kieran trying to hold it round the outside. Lennon's trying to pop his nose down the inside as well. Agent Panda's having some disconnect issues, so God, don't know what's happening with him. Oh, and there's a couple of people went wide in the background. That's an Alfa Romeo Sway, I think. But Captain Chubbs leads. Saw someone else go wide. Oh, AGU. What's happened there? Oh, it's that corner, isn't it? It's safety car. Oh, I said it was going to be common. There we go. That was great. It was that corner. I think he's. It looks like he's on the outside. Interestingly, usually you crash on the inside. Usually you get on the curb and head into the wall.
But when you try to correct it, you can get a snap from it, which causes you to go to the inside.
Yeah. There is a wall on the other side as well, isn't there? Oh, you might have just. Smacked into that. There we go. That didn't take long, did it? Well, Agent Panda can rejoin him back in his car, I think. But I don't know. Clearly his internet's not so much as easy. So I'm not sure we're going to have an Agent Panda. But 15 we're down to really now already, so yeah, Scuba just kind of needs to finish. He's in P10 at the moment. Don't think anyone's got any wing damage because everyone's carried on, so I'm assuming it looked pretty clear. A couple of people ran wide. Well, I don't think you've seen anything, did you? There was any contact really. Hungary can be quite difficult at the starts. There's been quite a few. Some of them, I think, probably a couple of the biggest crashes I've witnessed on comms has been here at the starts. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Wasn't that this season?
There was one. I think I commented about Aaron on one of them. It was absolute chaos. There was someone that actually jumped up in the air at the start. It was nuts. It was Oscar. It was Div 2. It was Oscar, Psy, and quite a few others ended up retiring pretty much at the start. So yeah, it's one of those circuits that does seem to have a lot of contact at the starts. Well, we already have a safety car, so that's going to allow the soft guys to run a bit later on in the race, you would expect. So that's kind of reduced the tyre worries for the one stop for the soft runners, you would expect, don't you?
Not too many challenges though.
No, I didn't think no.
Cowboy went up 3 spots.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Yeah,
WVAL 2 and Links 2. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, the same. Very, very clean start. Probably the cleanest start that's ever been at Hungary. But, I mean, Captain Chubbs is in the lead, so I think to put a bolt away, do you think? That is going to be the question round here. I think it's one of those circuits that, I mean, the middle sector's very, very tight and twisty, so it's quite hard to follow around there. So if there's anywhere you would want to push, I think it'd probably be that middle sector. try and get away from someone. Agent Banner has to rejoin, so we'll see what happens. Max still sitting nicely in P4. See what he can do. Max tends to run quite aggressively on his tyre setups as well, so if there was anyone going to go for a bit of an undercut on our soft corners, it'd probably be him, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's like you said, if you want to make the gap, it's especially in this middle sector where you have to do it.
I think this could be. I think we saw a couple of comments saying there's probably going to be an FTRL train here. I think there might be as well. I don't know what's happening to each, but I have absolutely no idea.
I don't think it's happening for him tonight.
No, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. There does seem to be sometimes when certain people host lobbies, it doesn't like certain people. Like Lee can't host it at the moment because that's something he said is an issue with Casey Bernard. Lee can't properly race or join or something like that when he's doing it. So I don't know if maybe he can plan a race alright with me last week though. In fairness, there doesn't seem to be any issues last week, so I was hosting, so I'm not sure. Might just be his internet's having a nail down today. Now safety car's coming in, so it's going to be Captain Chubb's going to back up. I'm fully expecting him to accelerate at the last corner and go for it.
Yeah, that's the best part you can do it.
Yeah, he needs to wait for the safety car to come in. So he's going to back them all up. Gets nice and tight and twisty around here, so there'll not be any issues backing up around here. I don't think he's not went yet, but yeah, I think he's gonna go. And here he goes. Off he goes. That's it. Decent start. Oh, bit of a slide on the exit there from Kieran. I think that's going to allow Lennon right on the back of him, but I think Kieran is, I think Kieran's used a little bit of ERS there. He's managed to just about stay ahead of Lennon, which is important for him. Max, he's sitting nicely in P4. Calspar P5, I think Paul Boy, who big mover at the start of the race, up to P6. Graham's nicely sat in P7, got Matman in P8. Another Red Bull, Tom Duval P9, Scuba, our most likely candidate for Season 6 of Performance, sitting P10. That's all he really needs. Wester's P12 on the hard tires. He's going to be one to watch, I think, in the mid part of this race to see what he can do. He's got much better tyres than a lot of these guys, and he's going to be a bit of a bottleneck, I think, for the rest of the field. Scuba seems on the back of Thomas. Looks a little bit to this middle sector. It's really hard to run extremely close to someone through this sector. It's nigh on impossible, really.
Well, Chubbs has already made a second on June.
It does look like he's going to try and bolt it, doesn't it? The thing is it's going to be perilous, I think. You're going to need to take care when you're going through some problems, make sure you don't pick up any warnings. As you say, Captain Chubbs. Team Trap's pulled a little bit back, hasn't he, in this last sector, and he's closed them up, and now he's using a little bit of ERS, a bit of slipstream. He's managed to close that down a little bit. Tom Duval making a move on Matman, it is.
Switch back.
It's one of those things with the camera angle here, and you can't see properly at the exit of turn 1, and it switches until there's a kink, isn't there, on the run out of turn 2. And you don't actually get it till it joins with that kink. So it's kind of one you're like, has there been an overtake? You don't really know. It's a guessing
3
game.
years later.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty horrendous. So I think it's one of the only corners that really does that in this game. But yeah, you can't really see what's happening. It doesn't seem that no one has really created a gap, and that's what we want to see. It is very tight, isn't it? All the way down, there's no one that's really got a gap. It's an FTRL train of 15 cars at the moment. There's no gaps between any of them, which is going to be very interesting. I think the pit stops are going to be very key to this race when they happen, and who you come out behind, because it is so tight at the moment. DRS enabled, so there's anyone to overtake. But I think when you're in this kind of DRS train, which it appears everyone's going to be in, DRS isn't really beneficial, is it? It's more about when you use your ERS.
It's a bad thing for the front runners as well, if everybody will stay that close to each other.
Yeah, definitely.
You want some sort of gaps to get in between it.
Well, the first one on the medium runners is Tom Duval, so he's going to be the one who you would expect to take the net race lead around lap 13, 14, I would say now. We're going to be around about that time because we had maybe a little bit earlier than that, but it all depends because obviously we had that safety car. I don't think it's going to change the stop window time. I think the game is resetting the leaderboard on the left because it's getting neat, so we don't there it goes. Open back up at the second sector. It was the times!
Although Tom DeVos on the mediums is looking very fast compared to Graham in front of him.
Yeah, he's had a good lap here. Hopefully this is going to come back. Yeah, there we go. It goes back. That's that case when it's really annoying. Disappears for a lap and then comes back at the start finish straight. The way it was. Codemasters, fix this shit. Get fixed. How many updates do you want to do?
Curious to see how we're able to do it next year.
Yeah, so am I. It's something we're going to be talking a lot about, I think, over the next few months. I think it's going to be one of those things, though. I don't think they're going to see much change this year. I think it's probably going to be next year when they really get the chance to kind of make their stamp on the game. Hopefully it goes forward. There is a couple of people saying it could go backwards, but I think the company that I've took over have a lot of things with microtransactions, so I don't think it can be any worse.
You can't complain about it, but it's a musical thing that we have day after day. It's in every little game. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Microtransactions, so
every call.
Although EA is
GTA,
fucking bad in it. It's just a thing that we need to live with.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to. I think
and it goes in.
Very early in Calspar as well. That's awfully early. That's a 2-stop, isn't it? Ray and Matman as well. That's 2-stop range. That's Calspar. Oh dear. Oh, that may have ruined your prediction from.
Yep, that's gone.
That's a very early. That looks like 2 stops to me, doesn't it? I don't think.
Yeah, it has to be.
Going for a 1-stop from here. Not even the point of what lap they're pitting on. More so for the point of there was a safety car and they're already only pitting at this. If it wasn't for a safety car, they'd be pitting lap 5. That's very early. Obviously, they don't think the tyres are lasting very often, so could have a very early changeover for the lead. Tom Duval could be leaving very shortly here. Interesting to see these two McLarens, how they've managed to. Lennon's obviously going for a bit of an undercut, but are Captain Chubbs and Kieran going to play that kind of game? Or are they going to go for the 1-stop here? Yeah, they're going to go for the 2-stop. Interesting. Agent Panda, yeah, I thought it was happening. He's gone again. Is that Lennon? Oh, Calspar. Calspar and Lennon collided. There was a big gap though. Lennon had a 1.6 second gap. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if Lennon has lost it at turn 4 and he's collected Calspar.
I'm not sure. He doesn't have any damage.
Does he not?
Maybe. No, he doesn't.
Maybe.
Maybe you had to avoid him. No, he wasn't.
No, Lennon was Lennon was definitely in front. That's an odd one. I'm quite confused there. Oh, pit stops galore out front. Tom Duval, as you expect, staying out. This has put an even bigger curveball because that's now kind of stopped that benefit, hasn't it, of the medium runners had?
Yeah, it has. Sure it has.
Well, as you would expect, everyone in the pits. This year, Kieran Trackpad, he's had the dog stack, so he's lost out big time. Coming out P10, Captain Jobs is P6, so he's lost out to Scooper, Cowboy and Max. Interestingly, Max has went for the medium tyre. Now this might be a strategy from Max. A lot of the other guys might be trying to get to the end on the hard tyres, but the caveat being a big but here. There's probably going to be another safety car. So...
well, if he...
I'd say Max might have made the right decision there. I don't think the hard tyres it's going to be. Oh, I was correct. Lennon just said I lost it, and I think he tried to avoid me and crashed. I thought that was what happened. It looked that way with the gaps. So he's come out of turn 4, but look at it, and he's He's lost at Lennon, and Kalspar's tried to avoid him and has sadly crashed into him. As much as that's a massive disappointment for Kalspar, he's got incredible pace.
Yeah, that's insane. That pace in a Williams
is very, very, very good. That's He seems like a very, very clean racer as well. He was last week. I didn't see anything. Very, very.
Yeah, well, very unfortunate for him. But yeah, it's that kind of things that happen from time to time. Nothing really anyone could have done.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things when you're trying to avoid someone that's just sometimes it just doesn't work properly. Max says he lost 3 seconds because the McLarens blocked me getting out of the pits. Poor Max has lost a few places. Well, Skipper's been massively helped here. All of that calamity that he's on about, Skipper's managed to jump Corboy, jump Max, jump Kieran, and jump Lennon. Up to P7, and he's got quite a few guys ahead of him. He's actually technically in a net P2.
Yeah, he is.
After being P10. So that's pretty impressive.
It always plays out for the same people.
Yeah, well,
doesn't it suck?
Definitely. Well, Scuba is in a very, very good position here. All he needs to do, not retire, which might be easier said than done in the Worlds at Hungary. We've already seen his teammate for this evening, sadly, goes out, so hopefully this doesn't happen to Scuba. So you don't want a championship to be decided, isn't it? Someone retires. Much rather it be done on track. But I think for the people behind, I think the only possible way of them winning is really if Scuba kind of retires here with the points. I mean, he's going to get 6 points even for finishing P15, which I think might even be enough for him. So really needs a full finish, crawl towards the lane. Not sure that's in Scuba's style though. Crawl towards the lane. Pretty sure he'll want to get the best result possible. Kieran Williams all season, which I think the only time that's ever happened in performance, I'd imagine. Tom Duval is doing the restart this time. It's Captain Chubbs the first time. Interesting now this race between the medium runners. Start the race on.
To be honest, I think Max might have made not too bad decision. It will really depend on how they go.
Tom's off now. Lynx doesn't seem to be too far behind.
Before the turn?
Yeah, I think at the entry to the turn, to be honest. Kieran Trapp at lowering yellow flags. Oh dear, it's gone from bad to worse for the McLaren driver. The Red Bull of Max hovering down the inside of Corboy. Wasn't able to get the move done. It's the good thing about performance. It allows people that run in Div 2 to get a good old race with the guys in Div 1. Mattman and Lennon. That's Lennon trying to get past Mattman, and he has done as well. So Lennon is recovering back up into P11. Corboy still ahead of Max, but Max is very racy. I think the hard tyres can take a bit longer to heat up.
Well, it was that I was about to say. If you manage to gain some positions quickly, the first couple of laps, you might have a good position. Go forward to take that pit stop, but yeah, you'll have to gain a lot of time on those in front of him. Just to make
maybe have to be a little bit adventurous with overtakes though.
Yeah.
It's difficult to overtake around here, especially when everyone's in a kind of train. So it needs to be all done kind of grip out of the corners, but he has got an almighty exit. He couldn't have got a better exit in all honesty, but I think as he's going to have to make an overtake here, which is just a little bit different. It's not going to be an easy pass. I say that, he's going to go round the outside. So as I say, he's going to have to be adventurous, and as he got it, oh, go on. Oh, I think they're still side the side? Coming up the hill. No, he's got it. Good move. Very good move. I think that's adventurous enough. I think we'll give him that.
Yeah.
Round the outside. Definitely.
Meanwhile, Tom DeBauer is running away. Just 2 seconds. Gap.
Oh, yo! The flag, who's that? Is that Madman?
Madman.
Oh, it is. He's in the wall. Oh, and he's got wing damage. Yeah, there's not been
Oh,
a
Chops. Chops are around as well.
Oh, has there been a crash? Oh no, that's a different place. Yeah, it's a different place, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit further away.
Yeah, they both got wing damage though. Captain Chubbs, oh dear.
So that's basically Scuba in P1. Max is straight behind him.
If there's ever been a race that's fell into someone's hands, oh my god. He's been gifted here so far, Scuba. Literally couldn't have went any better. His title challenger has just lost one little wing. They're falling flies around Scuba at the moment, and Scuba's just kind of wondering what all the commotion is. He's just getting around his business. Max, though, looks on an absolute rampage at the moment.
This got passed very badly.
He's really wanting to show what he's made about tonight, I think. He's pushing a lot, Max, at the moment, and he's going to have to make another good overtake here.
He wants to be careful, though, with his tyres.
Yeah, there's
doesn't want to put him off too fast.
It's one thing going for an overtake, but you don't really want to be pushing those tires to the limit. And there's also a thing, if you're pushing too hard, you can make mistakes. Especially around here. It's probably one of the tracks that's easiest to make a mistake on. He does seem really quick around that last corner, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It gets really on the inside, he gets really quickly down the inside. Oh my god! Oh, he smacked into the inside of... Oh dear. Oh my god, who was that he smacked into?
That's a big clusterfuck, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh, we literally just mentioned it, didn't we? Who was it? Was it Sway? No, it wasn't Sway. It was Lee. It was Lee. I think it was Lee Cole.
But it was Max who went into Lee.
Was it Lee? Yeah. I was wondering, I couldn't see who it went into. Yeah.
It was Max who went into Lee, and then yeah.
I don't think Scuba didn't do anything wrong there. Scuba just...
No, he didn't.
He just squeezed him enough as it is. He just squeezed him and then went to the outside. Max has just overshot it and it's just hit into the lead. It's one of those things. I'm racing. It's one of those things that happens in racing. Is that Sway going down the inside? It is of Kieran.
Yeah. He has damaged Kieran.
Yeah, Kieran's got damage and Sway's on mediums. He's on hard, so a little bit of an advantage both ways there.
A couple of people having damage from that.
Kieran
and as well.
is that Lennon as well? He got damage? He must have damage. He only hit 5 laps from
no,
hard.
he hasn't.
Is he in the pits? Lennon, why are you in the pits? Casey Bernard on down the inside of Wesker. They're going to go side to side. Camera angle switches away. He's still side by the side, but he's going to have to back out and the inside from that crash. Oh, right, okay. He has got damage Lennon, so. Yeah, this is even further going into Scuba's hands. People are falling like flies. Oh dear.
Yeah,
I think it was just a little bit optimistic from Max down the inside, yeah, but it's one of those things. You're not. He had a chance this race to get kind of positions he's not used to getting, so he's just a little bit optimistic. But that happens, and you learn from it.
A bit of hard defending from Scuba as well. Was a hard squeeze. Not like he did anything wrong, but
no, he didn't do it.
It's not as Max is on softer tyres.
Yeah.
I personally would have let him go, just take advantage of his space.
Casey Bernard, this is going to be an overtake, I think, here down the inside of Wesker. Casey Bernard's been very consistent. He's one of the title contenders as well here. Actually, no, he isn't. I don't think. Actually, I think he missed a couple of races, but he's been very solid all season, and he's down the inside. Wesker gets the run round the outside though, so holds it for the time being. Boyd in the pits as well. I don't think he might. Did he get involved in that as
yeah,
well?
damage. Yeah, damage.
Oh god, that was a big old incident, wasn't it? There was a lot of people got damaged.
Yeah. Especially with Lee going sideways.
Oh, there's that's Callum saying that Lennon lost at turn 5, car didn't ghost, tried to avoid it but took no wheel off. It's one of those things with the ghosting on this is sometimes you ghost, sometimes they don't ghost. So it's a lottery whether they ghost. I mean, obviously it's a shame, but you have incredible pace. You have very, very strong pace. Like Scuba is very, very quick.
Ship's having a penalty.
Lynx and Bernard in. So they're into their probably going to be their only stop. Tom Duval continues on. He's in a very good position here. Because as much as he's going to come out behind the people he's going to be racing towards the end with, you can have fresh tyres where they're going to be on the hards. I think Max might have to come in again. He's going to get there to the end on the mediums. 25 laps.
Well, I'm a bit amazed he hasn't gone in yet already.
Wing damage. That's going to hinder him quite a bit as well.
But he seems to be keeping up with Scuba so far, so. Let's see. Jobs in the pit again. Tire.
Well, a little bit quieting down for down the back end because they're all pit stops, but Max is still pretty close back of Scuba, even with wing. Scuba on the back of Wesker, and the Wesker's started on the tyres. He's still on tyres, started to race on them. So the two safety cars, he didn't come in. Scuba's a massive advantage of the tyres. So we'll see how these get on. Max still doing a good job with this wing damage. Obviously, he might receive a penalty for that collision afterwards.
Yeah, probably.
So.
It involved quite some people, so.
Yeah, it's affected quite a lot. Max has picked up his first penalty as well. Scuba has something to always say about Scuba. He doesn't pick up penalties very often, does he? Which is a massive advantage in performance. For him. Does a good job. Regards to penalties, that's for sure. I think what this race really needs is another safety car. To close them all up again and kind of eliminate all that instance that's from Cowboy, I think.
That man has lost it. No damage done.
So like turn one, he's got a little bit quick on the throttle, hasn't he? And he's just binned it. See that quite often. Wesker in the pits, now he's going to be putting on mediums, you'd expect. Tom Duval will put on hard tyres. He's doing a very good job out front on those medium tyres that he started the race on.
I think we have changed the racing a bit too much, Zach. Didn't expect it to be that far from everyone.
Yeah, I think that incident is really a big effect on this race.
Yeah.
It's put a lot of people out of their strategies. Quite a bit. Kieran on the back of Lico. He's got DRS, but he's not a little bit too far back to make a move here yet. He might go on to next lap on the start-finish straight, unless he can get a really good move somewhere here. I've had a look. Kieran, putting him under pressure. How will Lee react? Quite a calm head, Lee, so we could be very flustered having a car behind him.
he's a tricky one to get passed by. He always seems to be
Michelin
positioning his car
GT.
so... Yeah, exactly. Like, he
Aaron can
always
vote for that.
He always positions his car so good.
Yeah, he does.
On the exit of the corners. Yeah. It's
He
very
might not be the
frustrating
quickest
to drive
lead,
behind
but
him.
he's one of the most difficult to play. I think someone that's quite similar to Lee in regards to that's Carl probably. It's a nightmare to overtake.
No, but he might not win it on track, but he will win it mentally.
Yeah. Wesker gets an easy move on Casey Bernard in the start-finish straight. It's very straightforward. Max is still on the back of Scuba, even with this wing damage.
Okay.
Thing is, they're going to Lee and Kieran side to side. I think they're switching positions. He's going to go around the outside. I think he's got this done. He has. But is he going to, when he pits, is he going to change that damage? Probably.
I think he has to. I think he's just safe for now as he's running behind Williams. But I don't think that's gonna. I think his space is gonna be more affected when he's driving by himself. But yeah, Graham is showing good pace. He's
doing really well. Graham's someone I've known for quite a few years in league racing. I used to be in a league with Graham years ago. Quite a few of these guys actually. I mentioned the Graham earlier on. Quite a few of these guys run that league. So I've raced quite a few of these guys quite a few times before. Scuba down the inside of Max. Max tried to get past him, but Scuba down the inside. Easy enough. From Scuba defending. Max is going to have a tricky time overtaking Scuba. If there's someone who's going to take a while getting past it, you would probably say Scuba, wouldn't you? He's quite an
I've never raced him
driver.
before, so...
He's very... I thought even the point of how quick he is, he's super experienced Scuba and he's a super good driver. So he's someone who's going to take a while to get past, I think. He's inching closer, isn't he? In the back of these. He's got a second and a half, a couple laps to go. He's got a second and then he's closing further and a half a second now. Closest battle by far at the moment. People start to pick up penalties. Graham, Scuba, Tom, Lynx, Casey and Kieran and Agent Panda, who's a ghost car. Yet to pick up penalty. Max not in yet, so Harry's on. Graham, what's he going to do? He's just going to watch this battle unfold here, which Max is going to go try back down the inside. Scuba has the outside line, there's no chance Max is going to get past there. Scuba's going to have the exit. Yeah. Scuba places his car excellently. Lee Cole picks up another penalty for him. Lee Cole somebody tends to pick up a few penalties, doesn't he? Well, it's a good penalty.
Yeah, Max seems to be going wide every time at the left-hander, at the left kink.
Well, because I think Max is someone who does usually drop in a fair few positions with penalties. Better on for it there, has he? Look at that timing. Scoop. Just a little bit into the apex. Entirely right. With that fast right-hander. Sway's still hovering in the background as well. 1 second behind, so see if he can make it. And obviously if Stuart's going to start to struggle and slow all these up. Going to play a little bit more. Captain Chubbs picks up another penalty as well. Still been Captain Chubbs' race, has it?
Yeah.
Got a couple of spins. Kieran, unfortunately, for no fault of his own, got him collected kind of in that incident. So that ruined his race. Lennon similarly, but Lennon also had a bit of a moment on his own.
Wesker is closing in on Lynx.
Really good spot. He's the ones that started on the hard tyres. Wesker started on the hards and Lynx started on his mediums. Wesker's always been someone in that Alpha. I think he's been in that Alpha most of the season, to be honest. He was in the Williams a couple of times at the start, but I think he's been in that Alpha all of the season. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's getting very familiar with that car. I think the Haas isn't particularly like. Got one Haas still in AGU retired very
I've never seen
on.
anybody happy driving that Haas, so.
No, it doesn't seem to be a very late car. Well, Wesker is right on the back.
Not enough.
That ghost car of Japan, isn't it? Wesker, I think we've got this move done on links down the inside. Very straightforward.
Easy move.
Very, very easy move. Evening, Pete. Also, we've got Div 1 and Div 2 final runs as well tomorrow, haven't we?
Yep, in Brazil.
Wednesday commentating on you, Rob. You're gonna win on Wednesday?
I don't think so. I love the track. I love the track. I really love the track, but it never has been good to me.
I'm the same. I love Brazil, but I'm hopeless, right? So bad for it.
And like when I've done some laps just before this race, and it's just I'm way too used to the GT Sport track right now. I always applying my throttle like I would do in GT Sport, so it's a bit of getting used to again.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think it's been complicated even more for me because I'm playing ACC at the moment, so if I was to try and play F1 as well, obviously I'm not no interest in going back to F1 really, but it'd be a nightmare for me because there's certain tracks on ACC that are on GT that are also on F1. Give 3 different points of reference, so that'd be an absolute disaster. Peteman said, "Good evening, Switchback and Team Captain Ron." Some love in the chat from your
evening, Pete, mate. Looking forward to Thursday, buddy.
Time trial. Oh, you use Thursday as well. Ooh, I'm Thursday as well. Ooh, I shall see you then.
Oh,
very interesting event. That's someone, if anyone's watching, fancies watching I'm pretty sure it's been commentated on. Pretty sure it's been streamed. I'm actually not entirely sure. I'm assuming it would be streamed, but it's a time. Just the first time I've done that. Thursday, Friday.
I'm wishing the best of luck to those who need to commentate on that, because it seems a bit tricky to commentate it.
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not sure if it is being commentated. I'm not speaking to Aaron and Bulgaria about that. Obviously, I'm not doing commentary anyway. But it's first. I don't know who's on Thursday. It might be Lee and Aaron on Thursday, and Carl and SBY.
It's very difficult to get. You can't like follow one rival and just say, "Oh, he's on a good lap."
No, it's not like qualifying, is it? I'm not sure I haven't even done that to be honest. I'm quite glad I'm not doing it, but we'll see if they are actually doing comms on qualifying. We'll see what happens. This is very quiet at the moment. Max is still on the back.
Oh.
I can't imagine Max getting to the end on those tyres. Like, if he does,
I mean, it's going for a move. Case me not. Oh, thinks better of it.
Yeah, no chance. Nah, a bit too far, isn't he? Well, Kieran coming behind him as well. He's not got a penalty. Oh, guys ahead of Kieran have all got penalties, so it's a bit incentive. Oh, Captain Jobs. Well, I mean, that's not penalty actually, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Captain Jobs is giving up. What's the person? Happy job. Lottery, go on, finish it, man. Right, Graham. He's still stuck biting these two. He looks quicker. Doesn't he, Graham? But getting held up as Tom has finally pitted from those mediums. Anyone else behind him now? Where is he going to come out? About Wesker, do you think?
Yeah, around here.
Let's go both of them.
Nicely in between.
I think he's going to be just ahead of Wesker. But
it's going to be close though.
I think it is going to be right beside Wesker actually, to be honest, right behind Wesker. Yeah, he's going to be ahead of Lynx, I think, just about. Yeah, so Tom the Ball gets out importantly just ahead of him, but he's on soft tires, so this is what I'm on about. We've got a chance here. He has Max has picked up another penalty. He needs to watch you, he's getting too many of them. He's got, I think, 3 now, and the other, I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure he's got 3 now, 2 he has. Lee Cole's got 4, Jesus, Lee. Has Lee made a comma? Jesus. Well, Max, you see, I can't see Max going to the end, but he's still going. I mean, if he was going to come in, he must come in this lap or the next lap to get the benefit of going on soft tyres. Otherwise, it's pointless, isn't it?
Well, it's one thing. It's 2 things. Like, I'm still amazed he's managing to keep up with Scuba. Wing damage.
He's in. He's in.
He's in, yeah. Wise decision.
Tom Duval is right on the back here of left of him. He's on the soft tyres, and this is going to be a pretty straightforward pass. Probably the most straightforward of the day. He's near enough past him already. He's gone. Bye. Yeah, that was definitely the most straightforward pass we've seen. That was very easy. Right. Could he win the race from here? He's going to be so much quicker than them on the halves. Graham,
yeah, but still very difficult to pass. So.
Scuba winning though on his final race in the Williams round Hungary would be an amazing feat from him, I'd say. If he can win, hold on here. As we did say, he's done an amazing job, but things have very much went in his favour this race. Scuba. It's been pretty much. He's been handy near enough the position on a plate here with everyone else of that instant. He's managed to avoid it all. But he's done a good job to stick ahead of everyone else, even if he has been kind of gifted it in a way. But he's been very strong in his race. He's very consistent, Scuba, which is a big thing. He doesn't get penalties. But Tom Duval has made up 2 seconds on 2.5 seconds on Sway this lap.
It's flying.
And Sway's in the pits now as well. So Tom Duval's at least going to get a podium barring any issues. But I think he might be on for a bit more. I think he's going to get the win. Well, his pace he's showing. I'm going to go for Tom to get this win here.
Oh, still 6 seconds though.
The issue he's going to have though is that if he comes up to Graham and Graham's got the RS on Scuba, that's going to be the issue he's going to have. But he is absolutely flying, isn't he?
Yeah, but Tom hasn't any ERS left, so I might want to save some because Graham is still at 60%.
I think Scuba's at 19%. Graham is in a good position here. That ERS.
Yeah.
But Tom is flying. Look how much he's gaining every sector. Every corner is gaining a couple of times. He's 5.5 seconds now already. Oh, he's going to get him here. He's on an absolute charge here, Tom, for the last race of the season. Let's go. 6 laps.
6 more laps.
Oh, it's 5 seconds. Oh, look, he's going to get him easy. Look at it. It's under 5 now. He's absolutely flying. He's gained about 6 seconds on them in the last 2 laps. There's a nuts pace in those soft tyres. Kieran on the back of Bernard. This looks like it could be an easy move. Kieran's actually going to be though in the next few laps as those tyres are going to go quickly off. On 14 lap old medium, similar to Lennon as well actually. Best goes 10 laps, so he should be more comfortable with it. Lennon and Kieran, last lap or 2 could be a bit sketchy for them. So the map might actually down back in the field. Oh, it's nearly under 4 seconds. The Jaws team here. Graham.
Quite an exciting end of the race.
He's going to be on the back of them in a lap's time, that's right. A lap and a half time. The pace he's got. 3.4 now. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Bernard.
It's Casey Bernard.
Where is he? Oh, safety car! Oh! Rom.
What? Well, we have some.
Oh, Scuba and Graham are in. Oh dear. This is interesting now. Tom's going to stay out.
Vasca has a drive-through.
Right, the thing we're going to have here is that safety car has to come in a lapse time.
Yep.
Oh, Wesker's DNF. What happened to him?
Yeah, he had a drive-through. But that looks Max back into P4.
But the big thing about this, penalties. If you've got no penalties, you're going to be on the podium.
Yeah.
Are going to be in the top 5 here. If you've got penalties, you are stuffed. Royally stuffed. You have no chance. So people like Lennon, Lynx, Sway, Max Def have no chance whatsoever here.
No, they don't.
Corbroy.
Unless, of course, anything bad happens to the front.
Yeah. Scuba and Graham.
Yeah.
I think this was good for Scuba and Graham, if I'm in all honesty. I think this was worse for Tom, because the rate Tom was going, he would have been comfortably passed. I was under 3 seconds.
Yeah, but he only had like 1 or 2 laps to get behind him in the DRS range. Then his tires will start to drop off. But yeah, might have been an easy move, like you say.
I think now the difference is now Tom's used the best of his tyres. Scuba and Graham are going to be on bang fresh tyres. Now this safety car is going to go for another lap, and it's going to come in at the end of lap 32. We're going to have a 3-lap shootout. The guys in penalties, as I say, are going to have a massive disadvantage here. Most of them have got penalties. Out of the 12 drivers, does say 13, but Agent Man is a ghost car. We've got 12 cars.
Oh,
Kieran's picked up a 5-second time penalty.
first
yellow
penalty
flag.
as well.
So there's 9 guys with penalties, and the front 3 are the only ones with no penalties. Jesus. We have a grandstand finish at the end of the season.
Kieran could have jumped 4 positions.
Could have. Now the thing is with the penalties is there's a variation with the penalties. Max has got 6. Sway, Lynx and Lennon have got 3, Kieran 5, Cowboy 6. Lee Cole might as well not be in the race at this point. 15 seconds of penalties, I don't know what you've been doing. Lee, if you've been, like, genuinely, if you've just been off-roading, what have you been doing? And Bernard 3 seconds, Batman 3 seconds. Disappointedly. Come on. I gave you the Mercedes, this is what you do.
It still isn't as bad as Bosman last week. I think it was 24, 27 seconds.
No, something like that one. It was not. Yeah, the front 3, if they don't get a podium, the only way they'll not get a podium here is if they crash. So yeah. Scuba looks like he's at least getting a podium without any issues. And the safety car will be in very, very shortly. So here we go. Who's your money?
I think Tom might have it.
Nah, I'm gonna go for Graham. I know, I'm gonna go for Graham. Right, I'm looking forward to this. Here we go. This is what you want at the end of the season, isn't it? Grandstand, 3-lap finish at the end of performance. Looks like it's going to be taking a bit of a break for a while. Performance the next season probably. So last race for a while performance, and Tom DeVal gets us underway for a 3-lap sprint around Hungary. Here we go. We said we wanted it. We got what we wanted. He's trying to break the toe. Skipper and the toe. Graham in P3. Max a little bit further back in P4. Lynx is swayed down the inside. Is that Lynx trying to get past? He is. He's on the outside, and that's Lennon trying to put his nose down the inside of Sway. Lennon's going to go down the inside of Sway. He's got the move done. So he's going to have to back out. Go back to the front. Tom DeVal looks like he's.
Sway's dropping.
Alright gap at the moment. He's holding off. Kieran got past Sway as well there, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Right, Scuba is on the close though. Look how close he is to the back of Tom DeVal, and he's closing. He's got a bad run, Tom DeVal there. He's missed apex little as well. Scuba's near enough pushing him around the corner. He's right on the back of him. There's going to be no DRS for the next 2 laps though. This is all going to be done on ERS. Look how fast Scuba is though. Tom DeVal's... There's no chance Tom DeVal's keeping that, I don't think, here. It's just so much extra pace now on those fresh, soft tyres. Tom's been on those for a good few laps now. He's used the best out of them. Here we go. Fast time on the straight. Is he going to use the ERS? And he's using his overtake. Tom's going to use his overtake as well, so he's not going to be able to do it yet. Graham has a look, thinks better of it. No chance to overtake down there. Kieran has a look on Lennon, and Lennon, oh, Kieran's going to pop his nose on the inside. Backs out at the last second. But we continue on. Tom, yellow flag, 6 to 1. That's Agent Panda or Lee.
It's
Matman. Was it Matman? Oh, was it?
Yeah,
lost it again. Come on, this is going to be interesting. Can Scuba get a win in the final race? He's gonna want that win, isn't he?
Yeah.
End the season on a high. DRS will get activated for the last laps, so there's no straight though, is there, really, get DRS?
No.
There's that tiny little middle.
Not enough to get a pass.
Scuba missed that corner a little bit there, missed the apex. It's allowed Graham to close in. Square picks up on a 3-second time penalty. Front three still avoiding penalties. If anyone gets a penalty at this point, it could be catastrophic for them. There's no chance then. He will not get a penalty. Scuba's right on the back here. He's got this chance. He needs a good exit. He's got a decent exit. Tom's going to try and break the toe. He's not closing really, is he though? Down the inside though. Lennon's going to close in on the back. It's Lynx and Lennon, and then there's Kieran trying to pop his nose down the inside. Front two stay as they are. Skipper though.
Oof, contact.
Is that Lennon? Oh, it is, yeah.
Lynx, but managed to keep it safe.
Tom is holding on. Lennon's down the inside of Lynx. Is that? Oh my god! Oh, I didn't even know. Towards the hill. That's brave. 2 attempts. The top 2. Under a second between the top 3. He's snaking around now the middle sector for the last time.
Oh, they're very long.
Scuba's gonna win the championship. But can he win the race? He's not gonna have anywhere near enough.
Nah.
I don't think it looks like Tom gonna have this. Unless Scuba can pull something out of the back here in the last lap. In the last few corners. He'll get the best run for the last corner. I think Tom DeVal put his car beautifully. When they come around the final corner, Tom is going to take the win on track for this evening's race, but Scuba is going to win season 6 of performance. Graham takes another podium. In the background there's a massive collision as they're all colliding as they finish.
What happened there.
But Scuba has won season 6 of performance, and no one can say he didn't deserve that. He's been in the Williams all season long. 10 races, well 9 races, he missed 1 race. 9 races in the Williams. He's picked up, I think, a win and about 5 podiums, 4 podiums, something like that, in the Williams. But Tom DeVal comes from near the back of the field, P11, to take the win. Max takes P5 as well. Lynx takes P4 in front of him, starts P13. Kieran P6, Lennon got P7, Casey Bernard got P8 after his spin, Mattman got P9, Quadboy got P10, Lee Cole just outside the top 10, P11, Sway P12, Agent Panda ghosted the entire race, Wesker, Captain Chubbs, Calspar and AGU all retired. And into that race we had, well, it was chaotic. We didn't get the,
there was an eventful race.
We didn't get the move at the end. No, that was the only thing. But yeah, definitely a great win for the season from Scuba. He's absolutely smashed it this season. He's thoroughly deserves the championship for Scuba. But yeah, that's the end of performance. Who is gonna take P2 in the standings? Let me double check that quickly.
I think it's Tom.
Tom is already P2, so Tom's going to take P2. Kieran will take P3, then it's going to be Casey Bernard P4, and then Wesker P5. So that's your front 5 in the championship will line up. Tomorrow, as we mentioned, Div 1. It is Brazil, and I think the championship's still going in Div 1, isn't it? I believe so. I'm going to double check that. I'm sure it's still going. It's not actually done yet, but yeah, the battle's still going between the front two, I think, because I think they both finished last week. Div 2 is
point difference.
Wrapped up last week, so it was. The winner was Tom that wrapped, Dan Morris, sorry, that wrapped up last week. But I think the constructors is wrapped up as well, but it'll be a end of season last race. Nothing really to play for much, so I think it'll be a fun last race for Div 2, but Div 1 will definitely be joint on points, I've been told by Lennon, for Div 1, so yeah, join Lee tomorrow for what I'm sure will be a thrilling climax. Can Scuba get the double? I'll find out tomorrow for that. Thursday, as you said, we're not sure if that's going to be streamed, we'll work that out, but yeah, we've got the split of Thursday, Friday, so it's not GT1 and GT2 yet, so it's just half and half between the two on Thursday and Friday, and we'll see if I get comms for that. And then we're going to have a break for a few weeks for F1, but GT will be continuing. We'll be back probably in a few weeks' time for F1. Performance, I doubt we'll be back. I think Performance is going to be taking a little bit of a break for the time being, but I'm sure it'll be back in a few seasons' time as well. See who else can get the crown or take it off Scuba. But thank you very much for joining me again, Ron. It's nice to have a bit of company occasionally.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, that concludes the action for the team. Thank you very much for joining us and joining me for most of the season. Rom's done a few on his own as well, so and I'm probably sure it'll probably be me next time doing Performance again. I've been doing comms for Performance for the last 3 or 4 seasons, so I'm sure it'll probably be me next time Performance is on. But have a nice night, and hopefully we'll join us again tomorrow.